Hi, everybody. It is 9:05 on May 20th, and today is our all-team call. And so we're going to focus on a few logistics and do our GTC takeaways. And I'm so excited that everyone who was at GTC is going to share. I see Sam's bag of cake batter protein in the background. Um, so I'm Kristen Shoemaker, Regional Vice President, Independent Consultant with Arbonne, and I should say on my way to Nation. I'm not going to say I'm an RVP anymore. Um, and so I'm excited for us to be on. And I'm going to do a couple of announcements first, and then we're going to do the GTC takeaways. And then I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about something that we're going to be offering just to our clients moving forward into the summer. We may keep it going throughout the whole year as far as healthy living stuff goes. So, and I am, okay, everybody's cool. So I tried, can you hear me, everyone? Like, give me a thumbs up, because I tried to do a live video and it looked like I was like in the Twilight Zone or something and it wasn't going through. And Shannon told me that you guys couldn't hear me. And I told her it's like a good friend when you have spinach in your teeth and you're at lunch with them and they actually tell you have stuff in your teeth. So I took it down. But the strawberry fizz is out. Craziness, completely sold out already. The only way you can get the strawberry fizz now is through the I Want It All set that can only be purchased by a consultant. They were trying to have that link up earlier by noon today, and it's still, as of 7:30 tonight, it was not up. So I don't know if someone wants to check on there that was at GTC. I think any consultant can purchase. There should be a link on the dashboard or in the shopping area under ASVP for the I Want It All set. And you can still purchase those for your preferred clients, and they will have all the new products in those. Plus they have the, well, I don't know if they have the free cake batter. Does anybody remember? Anna's shaking her head. She thinks it does. I'm not sure it has the free cake batter in it, but that's the only way to buy the strawberry fizz. They actually forecasted a lot more than the apple fizz, and then we still oversold. So that's really exciting. But you'll see on my post on our team page, and it says "Holy cow," and there's a picture of a cow. It tells you the things that are no longer available, but when they will be back available, except for the strawberry fizz right now. We have not been told if they're going to restock that. So it was a limited edition. So I hope that everyone got their orders in for their people. And it's crazy. And you guys, it kind of leads into what I wanted to say about just being in so much momentum. We are growing so fast, and it is such an exciting time to be involved with Arbonne. And some of the things that stood out to me at GTC were the Marge, I'm muting you. The 118% growth in promotions since last 2018. When we watched the RVPs walk, you guys, there were 291 RVPs. 6 of them were men. 2 of them were Islamic women, which was really cool, in like full burqa. So that was just neat for me to see the diversity of that. And, it was exciting. I don't know. I was just very excited. It was like, they're still going and they're in the B's, like, because they do it alphabetically. And I was like, there are so many people walking this year as new regional vice presidents. And just what that means for us is that we're growing. Arbonne itself as a company, and I don't have this in I know in the United States we grew by 40% last year. So that is huge. And as a company, I believe overall, I think it was 25.6% growth. I think if I'm quoting that right. And I don't know of any company, Apple, Amazon, check. I don't know if someone fact check me on that, that's grown 25% in a year. Like, that's very, very, very good growth. So, we are really in the right place at the right time. And this kind of segues into, if anybody has questions about what happened with Advocare this weekend, you guys have seen me post a little bit about that. But Advocare is another network marketing company that really about 5 or 6 years ago started using like big time advertising to promote their products. So if you watch the NFL or the NHL and things like that, you would see big advertising things not commercials, but they had their logo on a lot of things. And to me, when I start seeing that, it's just a sign that the company itself is really not healthy, because they're driving a lot of sales through their corporate office. And apparently with Advocare, something went down with the Federal Trade Commission, and they were fined pretty big amounts of money. And instead of paying those fines, they decided to take away their network marketing status. So unfortunately for their distributors, they no longer will have teams. They would still make a commission if they wanted to sell products, but they basically are not getting an override. And their comp plan is not the same as ours. And, my husband said to me last night, like, okay, Kristen, call Ann right now and tell me why that wouldn't happen with Arbonne. And I don't know if you guys have thought that at all, or if people are going to say, why would I join Arbonne if that? And really what the cool thing is that we're owned by Groupe Rocher. And Groupe Rocher sought us out and bought us as a company. And they actually have invested in 7 other network marketing companies besides Arbonne. And they really, really believe in the model of social marketing. And if you were at GTC, two of my favorite things were when Brice Rocher, who is the owner of Groupe Rocher, spoke on stage at GTC about how proud he was of us as a community and as consultants, and like really believing that the lifeblood of our business is in its people and its distributors. And, and he was there. His wife had had a baby in France the day before. So that was crazy that he's sitting there talking to us, and his poor wife just had a baby at the hospital in France. So he was leaving right then and there to go back to France. But the other thing I was just so encouraged about and so like in love with is Jean David. He is like the most amazing man. My husband's more amazing, but as far as the CEO goes, I was just so excited. I don't know if you guys saw that picture that Ann posted of him when they were walking across the stage, and he was like cheering on everybody. And his whole thing is giver's gain. And how can I give more to the field and for this company to become the best company in the world as far as what we do in the health and wellness sphere. And I'm going to let you guys, when we do the GTC takeaways, I'm going to check off things that I wanted to say, but I wanted you guys to share them if they come to mind for you. But there's some pretty cool things coming down the pipe for Arbonne as a company that you should be really proud about and really excited about. So does anybody, and as far as the Advocare thing goes, last thing I'll say is, I do not post anything about that on social media. Be classy about that. If you have friends that were reps with Advocare, just be kind and compassionate. I would encourage you, unless you're really good friends and you know that they would welcome you talking to them about Arbonne, it would be a hard thing for me. I don't know that I would be wanting to be prospected right now. And I'm not, follow your tug on that, but that company's it has not been around as long as Arbonne, but it's a really tricky thing. And that does not really happen all that often. So I'm sure that they were shocked by that. So just follow your tug, be kind, treat others like you would want to be treated. And you definitely do not need to ask on your Facebook timeline, who was with Advocare, or make any things like that. Just don't. So I would love to start with GTC takeaways. If anyone wants to go first, you can unmute yourself and share 1 or 2 ahas, and then the next person can go. Okay, Dana, you're going to start because I'm just going to make you first.
I was unmuting as you were saying that. So for me, you kind of touched on this already, but for me, it was so encouraging to see the diversification of not just the people, but their stories. That we had a 23-year-old speak, and then however old Rita is, 70-something-year-old, and men and African-American, and like you said, just the diversity of all the different, I feel like last year when I went, all I saw was blonde, beautiful women. Like that was what was in Argonne. And I feel like I just saw a much bigger picture this year of anybody can do this business. And their stories ranged from going to the top. I mean, they're, setting records, how fast they're getting to the top, these 23-year-olds, but then there's people that take 14 years and it's all okay. You all end up in the same place, and just to embrace your journey. And so that was it.
That's great.
I'll go next.
Okay.
I realize my screen is black, but I think I was really encouraged by hearing people talk about when they struggled, and it wasn't always at the same point. Some people struggle when they're a consultant to get to district. Some people don't struggle until they get to region, but everyone struggles, and it just goes to show that the saying is true: if you don't give up, then you'll go to the top. And again, like we heard from people that had lost their houses in fires. We learned about people who had like sick children. We learned about people who wanted to adopt, and people who were in car accidents, and just like went through a lot of hardship and kept Arbonne a priority. And then it paid off in the long run because they were able to like brace for that impact. So that was really cool to hear, and just like, don't give up.
That's great.
I have to say I second what Ann just said. I think that not giving up was a lot of the major theme in there. And I think that we all need to realize that when we look at something and something comes up and somebody says something, it just go, okay, that's where you are, and just move forward.
That's great, Marge. Sam, you're muted still. No, maybe you're not muted, but I can't hear you. Go out, Sam, and come back in, and let Shannon can go while you're doing that.
Yeah, I'll go, and then you get yourself unmuted or whatever's wrong. I agree with everything that everybody else just said, but I really liked how they really put I think they sort of restated our vision and our mission, and they focused on, hold on, I have my notes. It was a 50% like additional plastic recycling for some of the hard to recycle stuff that they're working on, and then a zero waste program by 2030. So like 10 years from now, their goal is, they called it fully circular, where everything is recyclable, and they actually put a timeline up for us that showed like how they're gonna repackage things and make things, better for the sustainability. So that was my biggest takeaway, was seeing that transparency and that timeline for the sustainability. I thought that was really cool, in addition to everything else everybody else just said.
Right. Sam, you want to try again?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. And so I wrote mine down, but this was my first GTC, so it was like really influential and moving to me, especially like just to be around so many like-minded people. But I kind of like took away 6 really quick things. But one that really pointed out to me was you have to find your why, and you have to let it fuel you like each and every day. So like, you really have to point out your whys, and you have to go for it. I realized, well, I already knew, but you're going to face challenges, but we're all on a journey of our own, whether that time or whatnot. Like God has a journey for us, and he specifically is placing us where we need to be with his time, and we just have to realize that. But when you face challenges, you just have to remember like what we have to give, like what this company has to give others. So we have to put ourselves out there each and every day, no matter like what we might think of ourselves, or, like the beliefs that we may have. And then another one was just, we have to be the products in order to give someone the business, or in order to, like teach people about it. Like we have to be the products ourselves.
Be a
Those
product.
are mine.
Yeah. That's awesome. Anybody else on that? Okay, I think everybody went. That's gone. Shannon, I was going to say some of the same things. Like the vision to me is they're really wanting to have a circular vision of you being good to yourself, and healthy in and of yourself, and then being good to the planet, and therefore being good to other people. And one of the things that stood out to me was with the Botaniques line, which is the new Bath and Body line. It's sustainably sourced from Africa, but the money from that line is actually going back directly to the people that make the line. So it's kind of like a Noonday type feel, where they're really looking to support other just people less fortunate, and not being a user of people or a user of the planet, but really embracing a holistic vision of flourishing and the whole world flourishing because of utilizing these products. They're working on their B Corporation, their B Corp certification. And if you don't know what a B Corp is, right now we're a C Corp, and I'm looking it up on Wikipedia just so I don't say it wrong. But a B Corp certification is also known as a B Lab certification, and it's a private certification given to for-profit companies by B Lab, a global nonprofit organization with offices in the U.S., Europe, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and partnerships in Latin America. To be granted and to preserve certification, companies must receive a minimum score on an online assessment for social and environmental performance. So stakeholder, it says, satisfying the requirement that the company integrate B-Lab commitments to stakeholders into company governing documents, and then they have to pay a fee. So basically it's saying it's not just a for-profit company, it's a for-profit company that's kind of acting as a nonprofit company in essence. So it's really cool as far as us just coming under that umbrella. And Arbonne itself is a corporation. I mean, it is corporate America from a home office standpoint, but they're really it's a for-profit company that's doing good in the world. And it takes a lot to get that certification. So that's really exciting. And I would just say I was so impressed. I mean, everything that everyone else said, but the products that they came out with, this GTC, are very impressive. There's no other vegan collagen product on the market. And you guys, this isn't a collagen that's made of plants. It's a product that when you drink it, it's producing collagen within your body. So it's helping your body grow collagen, because collagen itself is a plant-derived substance, and it's primarily found in pig and goat and cow skin. So when people are eating collagen, like the powdered collagen, that's where it's coming from. It's kind of gross. It's pig and cow skin that's powdered up, and they're drinking it. And it really is good for your nails and your skin and your hair. But this is huge. There is not a vegan collagen on the market. So we're the first to bring that to market. I'm sure we won't be the last to bring it to market. But when you're talking to people, that's something that a lot of people are looking for right now. It's also great for joints and things like that. And then the Counterspot product is just pretty phenomenal. The results that they got on the clinical trials of the Counterspot, which is for dark spots, sun damage, age spots. You can put it on your whole body. If you have dark spots on your skin, I actually have some on my legs because I never used to wear sunscreen on my legs. So I'm going to start investigating with that. But just when you don't have to know everything about those products, but like Samantha said, be a product of the product. And they are doing a lot more too, they told us in the BP meeting, with actually having clinical trials for all of our wellness and all of our skincare. So that's going to be great too, of scientific trials. And they're bringing on a whole nother panel of holistic doctors onto our scientific advisory board. So they're just like undergirding everything. I'm really excited about the direction of the company and where that's going. Does anybody have any questions about any of that before we move on to our next thing?
I've got a quick question.
Sure.
For the new line that you said is being made in Africa, and the money goes back to that, are they giving you any type of verbiage, like, to share with your team so that we can like build on that? Because I think that people will be really attracted to that. And like,
I haven't seen anything yet, but I'll check the source and get that posted if we see anything on that. Okay. It's also a very great price point.
I know.
I've noticed it's a really low price point. And
Yeah.
even the minerals and vitamins is a great price point. I think it's $26 for that versus $105, which is the other vitamins. And I put those vitamins in my shake this morning, and I did not taste them at all. Now I put them in the fizz for the kids, and you could taste them. So shake was non-tasteable. Fizzies tasted like brown Flintstones. So just FYI, maybe your kids wouldn't be bothered by that, but mine were like, I just want strawberry fizz. So I'll have to sneak them in somewhere else. But
tasted great. You're right. Tasted great in the shake.
Yeah, I didn't taste it at all in the shake.
Good.
It just tasted like my shake. Yeah, it just tasted normal.
I put enough stuff in the shake. Who would know?
Right. Digestion Plus, fiber, my vitamins, like everything's just getting dumped in there. But I do love too
strawberries.
Yeah, you're not having to swallow the pills. I used to, they kind of got to me sometimes.
So I was just going to say real quick before I mute myself. So like I was just thinking it would be when we do in-house events or even virtual, and we talk about that new line, like there could be some people that have come that are like, I'm not going to buy anything. I don't need anything. But then they buy some of that line because they love that they're like supporting people in Africa. So anything that just so that we say it right or explain it right.
I'll definitely try to look that up today.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
My dog walker bought that whole line.
Yeah. It's like I have it on there right now, and I can't stop sniffing myself. I wish I had smelly vision.
I can't wait to get it.
I have it on too. It smells so good.
I can't wait. I cannot wait to get it.
It's not like overwhelming. It's just like, I don't know. It's so yummy.
Good. Oh, I can't wait. All right. Mute.
Okay. Any other questions on that? Shannon, you're muted.
Did it work? There we go. I was going to say, somebody had recorded the Rachel Hollis thing, so if y'all weren't there, if you can sit through the kind of fuzzy recording that somebody on our team did, I don't know who it was, Miss Jen or Lauren, and watch. It was like 48 minutes of recorded, but it was really good. So
it was really good. Really good.
She was amazing.
Yeah. And my biggest thing that I got from her was own your story and own your journey.
Yes.
And I was joking, well, not joking, but my friend Callie, I was running today, and I had some really like hype music on when I was running. And I have this little tiny part in my soul, you guys, of like, you are a badass. Like I have that like in me somewhere deep down. And I was like, why am I afraid to like rock that? And so when I was running, I was really like getting into it and was like, I just totally have to embrace that part of my life of like, don't need to be this like all the time.
Yeah, you're a little too quiet for that one.
Yeah, but I was just like that. I feel like I've kind of stuffed that somewhat of just like, and I was like, I'm going to let that out. And it made me, I was thinking Rachel would be proud of me. So I don't know what your little hidden thing that you keep repressed is, but okay. So this next thing we're going to talk about, what did you say, sweet Rachel? Yes, you're right. Rachel Brown with the quote of the night, no one more successful than you will judge you for wanting more for yourself. That was Rachel Brown quoting Rachel Hollis. Yes. Way to go. That was awesome. That's really true. Will someone put that on a word swag and put it in our team page? So, okay. So one thing I don't know if I can share, I'm going to try to, I texted something to Dana so I could maybe show you guys if I share my screen, but yes, I can show you. So let me move this over. My friend, Renee Klein, is an RVP here in Atlanta who's kind of pioneered this different type of 10-day reboot. It is not 10 days to healthy. It is not 30 days to healthy shrunk down. Can you see this? Can everyone see this little thing? It is like, she's calling it a 10-day reboot, and she and her team have been doing this now for several months. and their volume and, more importantly, their sponsoring is growing exponentially. And when they're doing their 30 days presentations, they basically are offering this as like, we have a 30 days program or we have a 10-day program. Which one would you like to do? And she says inevitably someone chooses one of those, and their 10-day program is 150 QV. And they're not running a Facebook group. It's when you have someone do the 10-day reboot, it's a lot more low key. They can take out, they can do the avoid list if they want, but they don't have to. They are encouraged to not drink alcohol, but if they want a glass of wine on the weekend, it's okay. So it's kind of for those people that just need a health reset versus a total overhaul that the 30 days. And she said their sponsoring has just become astronomical because it's a 150 package. People come in, they do the 10-day, and then they end up ordering the 30-day anyway because they're feeling so much better. So I'm just going to show you this text thing that she put together, and I actually have it saved in my notes. And when it's saved in your notes, I can teach you how to put the pictures underneath each of the things you're supposed to text. So the pictures are all going to be on the top of what I'm going to show you, but they actually fit in with what you're texting to people. And I just think this is a phenomenal, like mind blown. I was like, oh my gosh, you're a genius for the summer and particularly, and for younger people. And it's really, really helping with her millennials getting sales because it's the price point is so much better. They're getting a protein fizz and cleanse. They can substitute a Digestion Plus if they want, but they don't have to. And then they can reorder again, you know, if they need more products. So I'm just going to show you through some. These are just pictures, but wake up, have a glass of water. This is like directions she's giving them. Protein shake for breakfast. To make the shake, add 1 packet of protein powder to 1 cup. They're using the protein packets, not the big bag of protein. Late morning, energy fizz stick, clean meal for lunch, including vegetables. Late afternoon, fizz stick, clean meal for dinner, including vegetables. On day 4 through 10, we add the body cleanse, and they get the water bottle in their package as well, the 32-ounce water bottle, and it just tells them. So then these are just, you know, this is why you're doing it. 1 smoothie per day, 2 fizz per day, recipes and support, accountability, and 3 meals with vegetables. That's it. So they don't have to do the avoid list, okay? If they want to, they can, but they do not have to, okay? So day 1, there's going to be a text that you send, and then this is the picture, 14 of the best vegetables. Day 2, you're going to be talking about the pea protein. Day 3, there's 2 actual posts about the body cleanse that you're texting them. Day 4, facts about the fizz. Day 5, portion sizes. Day 6, 10 tips for a healthy weekend. Day 7, day 8, day 9, and day 10. So here's the verbiage. Send this before they start. I'll text you every day. We do the body cleanse starting on day 3. That's Wednesday. So wake up, glass with water with fizz, breakfast, smoothie, add veggies to smoothie or have on the side. Lunch, healthy meal with veggies. Snack, healthy snack if necessary and fizz. Dinner, healthy meal with veggies. Try to eat lower grains at dinner. And then day 1, here's the post. Good morning, day 1 is here. Are you feeling ready for our 10-day reboot? What are you most excited about? Any last minute things you're nervous about? We're going to do this every step of the way together. So the texts are there. You save them in your notes. So I would send that day 1, and then the picture would be underneath 14 of the best vegetables. That's the picture I would have sent on day 1. The other pictures up here, I'm sending the day before, okay? And this will make sense when you see it in my notes. I just couldn't show it to you on my phone, so that's why I texted it to Dana. And then day 2, what is your favorite smoothie combination? That's what you're texting her. And, you know, there are recipes that we can give them. I have a file of recipes that you could email those people and things like that. And then tomorrow you're going to be adding your 7-day body cleanse to your daily routine. please find your 32-ounce water bottle, and beginning tomorrow, that's the directions for the body cleanse. So this is just laid out super simply, and it's not this huge avoid list. And what I want to kind of say as a team is I would love to see us all do this together, kind of like we did a 30-day in January, but maybe just say starting the first Monday in June, we would just all agree to say we're going to do a 10-day reboot like this and try to each find 10 friends to do it with us. That's going to be my goal. It could be past detoxers. It could be new clients that have told you 30 days is too much or they don't want to give up things. It could be people that have told you that financially they can't afford the 30 days. So I just think it would just give your June such a huge boost if you were coming into June with 10 people who are ready to do this little reset. And what Renee has said, started it all last fall, and has honestly, that her team has continued to offer both options this whole year. And she says people generally lose about 5 to 6 pounds just doing this in the 10 days. They have so much more energy, and they're ready to reorder larger packages afterwards, and they're making the decision to order more. It's not like they feel obligated to order more. Does that make sense?
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about this, and I really want us to kind of run with this through the summer. And when you're doing your presentations, whether it's skincare, whether it's cosmetics, whether it's 30 days, I'm really so Dana's doing March launch tomorrow. When you're talking about healthy living, how do we make this a lifestyle for people? And this is going to be available to them as a choice. And it kind of is not, do you want to do the 30 days? It's, do you want to do the 30 days or the 10-day? And then it's almost harder for them to say they don't want to do anything, because they're really, the 10 days so much easier that they don't really have an excuse at all for why they wouldn't want to do it, unless they're going to tell you they don't want to spend any money. So it's really great. It's kind of like when you host an event and you say, is the 14th or 16th best for you? You know, like you're not saying, do you want to come to my party? You're asking which is better for them. And so I'm really excited. I feel like, you know, when we kind of got together on our team call, kind of team collaboration, which was really awesome, you guys, at GTC, it was my favorite. I'm going to start crying, but it was my favorite thing that has ever happened at a GTC was us sitting around that table, because my heart has just longed so much for us to do this as a team. And I loved hearing you guys set your goals and saying, what are the goals we're setting? And it was just so exciting. And we know that we talked about that the sponsoring number for us, like the lives we are changing, is too low. Like, I don't really care what my volume is right now, what our volume is as a team, because our sponsoring is at 17. It's May 20th and we've changed 17 lives this month. That's not great. But, you know, when we were talking around that table, I think one of the things that we started, and I loved hearing what Cynthia had to say at the end, but I told you guys that one of the hugest moments for me was as a district manager going on that run and just being like, oh my gosh, this is the first time in my life that I've ever been able to dream about what I want my life more to look like than now. I mean, I could look at what I was making doing therapy, and I could look at my husband's income, and I could figure out how we were going to fit our life into that box. And this is the first thing that's blown the lid off the box ever. And it's the only thing I know of that can blow the lid off the box for people. And I had a one-on-one with that girl, Amy, who I love, and I'm so glad she's joining our team. And that was what I asked her. I said, is what you're doing now, are you able to dream about what you want more out of your life? And she was like, no. And I was like, well, this will help. You know, this is your vehicle to be able to create that life. And it's not just for me, it's for you guys. It's for everyone else that we have come in contact with. We have that to offer them. We have health, community, freedom, choice, dreaming. I mean, you name it, if it's positive, we have it to offer. And so I know that you guys had said, okay, our goal this month is 100,000 in volume. I told you I changed it in the airport. We're going to go for it, but you guys have more faith than I do. But more importantly, I want to see the 100 lives changed this month, because that's more important to me than what the volume says. And I really think that this 10-day thing is such an amazing, why am I crying all the time? I'm so bizarre. Such an amazing March.
Sorry.
Such an amazing intro, a very gentle intro
so
into
cool.
all that we have to offer people. And I just think it's just going to really bless all of you guys. And I mean, I can't wait till next GTC, because I'm not going to be able to talk because I'm going to be screaming because so many people are going to be walking across that stage next year. So anyway, do you guys have
Kristen?
I have
ahead.
a question.
That just spending time with you and feeling your passion for all these people on this team and all the lives that anybody, and it's like you can't not get excited about it. I mean, really, you were kind of, I mean, really, Dana and everybody, she was feeding us so much stuff, so much passion. I mean, you know, it's awesome. I love it.
I love you. You're the sweetest, Marge. What are you going to say, Leslie?
I just have a quick question.
Okay.
I love this 10-day thing. Here's an example, and then you can tell me, I mean, it may sound like a stupid question, but you can tell me if you would like tweak it a little. So if you have a one-on-one with somebody, like I had a one-on-one of somebody that reached out, we met for coffee on Friday, and she wanted to hear about the 30 days, but she had like an identified issue, like joint pain, you know, versus other people that, like my husband would say, well, I'll try this thing just because I want to lose some weight, but I don't have allergies, and he probably has joint pain, but he doesn't even know it or something. But anyway, for somebody that like comes to you, I have horrible allergies, or I have horrible, then would you recommend that they do mind the avoid list for like gluten and dairy?
Yes, absolutely. To me, the 30 days is your root cause identifier.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I've just seen it over and over again. Anybody with chronic illness, what the medical community does not address is root cause. They address symptomology, and why this program is so amazing is it really does address root cause. And Tara Rose and I were talking today about we do need to do a little better job of teaching people then to go 80-20. Like I want to start working on a document that when someone's finished, we really coach them on how do you make this a lifestyle, because that's our desire, right? It's our desire for them to walk in greater freedom in their health overall and making that 80-20 switch. So if someone comes to you and has a chronic illness or they may need to slide in with a 10-day because the 30 is really scary. But
she may be that, like, she's going to get back to me this week, but if she's worried about the 30-day and I tell her that she could do 10-day, I still think that she needs to like not have dairy and gluten for 10 days.
Well, I 100% agree, and I 100% agree with what Marge just said. A 10-day is not going to dive into the deeper issues. This is really for a reboot. Like we're doing a men's event at my house in June with some of Ben's guys. And like, I know that those men are not going to give up beer for 30 days. They're just not. But they may give up beer for 10 days and eat more vegetables. And that's like, you know, we talk about moving the needle a little bit.
Yes.
So you kind of have to know where the needle needs to be moved. And I think we're missing a portion of the population who would love to move the needle just a tiny, tiny bit, but it feels so overwhelming for them to move it with the 30 days, even though we know it's a more in-depth and better everything, just gut health, everything. Yeah. But this is an intro for them. So if she says, I don't know that I can do 30, I would say, why don't we do 14 or why don't we do 10? And I would have her stick to the avoid list.
Okay.
Like give her the avoid list with the 10 days and then say, let me follow up with you on day 7, see how you're doing. If you want to keep going, which I would recommend, because most people with joint pain are not going to, they'll see some relief in that first week, but they're really not going to see a relief until week 3.
Yeah. Okay.
And I would just tell her that, like, this might be
Yeah.
where you need to start, but you may not see results until week 3.
Okay. And I'll just share really quickly that I went to the doctor for the first time in like a year back to my, internist, because I thought I had the flu, and I'm obviously getting a lot better, but I went today, and they, the nurse goes over all of your meds, and I'm like, I'm not on any of those anymore. She's like, not Flonase, not nasal, not Zyrtec. I'm like, nope, because I cut out dairy. And I was like, you can take those all off my chart.
Yay!
So,
That's so exciting. I'm so happy for you. Yay, pom-poms.
Thank you.
Pom-poms. You're so cute, Rachel.
They're in the other room, but anyway.
So Rachel just said so many more people I talked to would be far more accepting of the 10-day. Then they realize how much better they feel and help them get to the original. Yeah, and Marge has arthritis. If someone has arthritis, the 10-day, it's not going to touch arthritis, but maybe they never eat vegetables. I mean, my daughter has a friend who all she eats is cheese, bread, and apple juice. And she's 13 years old, and her parents, that's all she eats. So doing something like this for her would be a major overhaul just to even drink water. We have clients like that, and they're not going to admit to you that they're 40 years old and they only drink soda. But there's a lot of people that do. I mean, Carrie Torja on Sandra's team was admitted to the hospital with Addison's disease when she was like 25 years old, because she was so sick from fast food and Coca-Cola. She never drank water for like 5 years of her life. She got sick when she started drinking water, and then her body acclimated it to it. And so there's more people than walking around that like this 10-day would be huge for them. And I think it's a great opportunity to go back to your 30 days clients and ask them for referrals and say, hey, we're doing this fun 10-day reboot. You don't even have to do the avoid list. Who do you know that might just want to reboot and it's a really low cost? So that would be good, pushing towards the end of May for that. And then we can start the first Monday in June. With just our team. And like I said, there will not be a Facebook group. It's just going to be run through text. So that would be June 3rd. Let's do it June 3rd. And if we want to, your people can start whenever, because you're the one that's texting them. So
how are you going to get all those little texts and pictures out to all of us?
I'm going to post it all in our page.
Perfect.
Yeah. And so what I did, and I don't know if you guys can see this, because this is what Renee has done. I don't know if you can probably can't see it. You can kind of see it a little bit when I turn it sideways. But this is my notes section. So you can see this is I just saved it in the notes, and then I'm just, did I just delete it? No, I didn't. Whew. Almost just had a heart attack. But it's saved in my notes under 10-day reboot on my phone. And so when I have a client that goes through it, it's really just going to be so easy to keep tracking with them. And you'll know what they need and when they need it. And on day 7 or so, you can ask how they're feeling and if there's anything extra they're going to need or whatever. But it's just a great, easy way. Okay. I think that was all. Oh, last thing. And it's late, I know. We also decided as a team on the first Monday of every month, we are going to have a team call with recognition. And then we're going to have what's called a mastermind session from 9:30 to 10. And what that means is if you are desirous of setting goals as a team, and we're going to set the team goal collectively. So we'll evaluate where we were, what our metrics are for where we want to be, and how systems are working as far as, if you're booking, how that's working for you, and we'll answer questions that way. But that's going to be at the first Monday of every month. Collectively, we're going to set the goal as a team of how many lives we want to change. So that's all I have, folks. Leslie, I'll get you the Botanique stuff. And
did you get the pick swag thing or whatever that I just sent you, Kristen?
how did you send it to me?
Messenger.
Oh, hold on. I don't have my, I turn off my notifications for my messenger because it dings me all the time. Yes, I did get it. Great. Will you put that on our page?
Yeah, I will as soon as we get off of here.
Okay, great. Thank you. So beautiful.
Okay.
Okay, anybody else? Any last minute takeaways or thoughts or questions?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With the line, the Botaniques line, if someone orders that, is it on back order until July? Is that what I read earlier?
I think it's till the middle of June. Some of the items are on back order.
So if someone were to order the line, we would just be like, just to let you know.
Yeah, let me look at it really fast. I cannot believe you can get it. They can get it in the ASVP. But I cannot believe that it just like, I was going to order like an extra set because I like that it's a pump because my kids do spill all that. Like they were saying, your kids spill. Okay. Botanique's body wash is mid-June. Botanique's body lotion, first week of July. Botanique's body butter, mid-June. And the lip therapy is mid-June. So, but they are in the ASVP.
Okay.
So,
That's the good news and the bad news.
yes, the good news and it, yeah. I mean, I look at it as like, holy cow, I can't believe we did that. Like, that's crazy. I mean, our team itself did, hold on, I can't even do the math. We did 31,000 in volume in 2 days, just our team. So,
That's
and
awesome.
we're like the peon team compared to like some of these. Ann's in the $1 Million Club. I wonder how much Ann's entire organization did, and if we're like the little piece of that, doing 31,000 in 2 days. So, I just think people are jazzed. The V lift is awesome. I mean, all the new products were just like. And then to have that product at that price. Oh, the other thing about that product, I know we got to go, but with the Botaniques is they're talking more about Latin American markets. And they didn't make this announcement, but I've heard this from several people. We were planning on going into Mexico in 2020. So just prime your pump for that. Who do you know that's from Mexico? Who do you know that knows someone from Mexico? I would start having conversations now with those people. And you know, that's where they're bringing the price point down to not exclude anything demographically, and really wanting to make these products available for everyone. And yes, the RE9, I don't know if y'all saw it, but that price point is low now forever. So you can get a whole RE9 set. Consultant price is $179. That's a pretty.
I did notice that the 30 days went up.
Went up. What is it at now?
Mm-hmm. $275 for a PC now. Now it's not much, $9, but it went up.
Okay, I'll check that out. I hadn't heard that, but they usually do a price adjustment for that because of sourcing on like the protein powder and stuff. But I'll double check that.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
I figured there was a reason, but I did notice that, and for my repeat customers.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, that's good. Good to know. Okay, I am seeing the ASVP now on for the new product. ASVP is available. So if you have people that need that, still I have one client I have to order it for. I would order it. Marge, I'm not seeing that it went up. I'm seeing it at $222 as the consultant price. So
for the PC price?
Well, the consultant price is $222, but the consultant price has been $222. Yeah, I'll double check on the PC price.
Yeah, check that because I saw that yesterday, and maybe it was just a fluke. And
okay, yeah, I'll let you know. I'll message you.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. You guys have a great night. Wish Mark a good launch tomorrow.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thanks, guys. You're
Bye.
awesome.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.